Back, guys. This is Day Night Debate Show. Unfortunately, today will not be with us. We got me and Tyler. I'm here. It's Brayton. Tyler's on the other line.
Day and night, I toss and turn. I keep stressing my mind.
So, Tyler, what are some topics we're going to be discussing today?
Well, today we're going to have our first topic, which is, should Notre Dame be forced to join a conference? And our second topic is, should steroids be a factor in determining the Hall of Fame?
Okay.
And our third topic is it time for a commissioner clean-out in the NFL?
Okay. So I'll go ahead and, get started. I'd say go ahead and do the Notre Dame topic. So what are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on should Notre Dame be in a conference?
Well, I think they should. If you look at it, I did some research on it, and it says they've been ranked top 25 for 7 out of the last 10 years. And that's all because of them not having to win out or have competition in a conference, having to win.
Right.
So, if you win out, you're almost guaranteed to be in playoffs.
Right. And also, think about it. They won, or they got to the national championship. 2013 got blown out by Alabama. That is the last time they've been in a national championship or even in the college football playoff. They've been in contention. But, and I was just looking. I actually have their schedule pulled up from this year and then last year. So this year they played Michigan. They played Ball State, Vanderbilt, Wake Forest, Stanford, who's a ranked team. So the ranked team they played is Michigan, Stanford, Virginia Tech. That's a Big Ten team, a Pac-12 team, and an ACC team. So they're kind of all over the place. In 2017, though, they played Temple. They destroyed them. They lost to Georgia. So think about this, though. This proves how good of a team Notre Dame could or is possibly. But if they lose one game, pretty much, they have no chance to be in. Yeah. So being in a conference could benefit them as well. Last year they lost to Georgia 20-19, which of course is the second game. But, that loss hurt them because they didn't have a tough schedule or being in a conference. They got drilled by Miami and they got drilled by Stanford. But they beat LSU in a bowl game. So, they've had some success in the last couple of years. But it's just the fact they're not in a conference. It hurts their playoff, hurts their playoff talks and possibly getting in. Yeah. What do you think about that?
I have to ask you a question, too. I don't have this written down. What conference would they be put in? Because I know I want to ask you this because...
Okay, well, they would most likely be put in the ACC just because of their schedule and everything and the just how they're most likely be put in the ACC. The Big Ten, just kind of, they're full. The ACC can add another team or something.
Yeah.
I
was almost wondering, you got Vanderbilt. If you think about it, the only reason they're in the SEC is because they're grades and academics. The SEC, granted, they're really good grades, but their football team is not up to par with the SEC. And
not how an SEC team should, perform.
Yeah, and I think that, I just wanted to ask you that question because if the college football, Eddie would ever take Vandy out for Notre Dame, I was just wondering.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they could. I'm sure they could do that, but they would have to. It would be a lot. I'm sure they. Vanderbilt's been in the SEC for a long time. Personally, I don't think Missouri should have been added. Just a personal thing. Don't think they should have been added to the SEC.
Yeah,
and then because Notre Dame, that opens a spot up for them in the SEC. But just with the place, the spot where they're located, the state, it would be more like the ACC or possibly the Big Ten. Those are the two conferences that I think Notre Dame could be put in.
Yeah. Should we move on to our next topic?
Yeah, let's go ahead and move on to. Are we moving on to the steroid topic?
Yeah. Should steroids be a factor in determining Hall of Fame for players? What are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts are, to an extent, say for example, this is probably Barry Bonds. Good Lord, this dude was a monster. I have his stats pulled up here. These stats come from BaseballReference.com. So anybody who's listening to this podcast, go check out baseballreference.com for the best stats in the game. Barry Bonds had 762 home runs, 2,558 walks, and those are all intentional walks. That just shows how much power he had. Part of that came from steroids, but guys, let me just explain something. Steroids is not going to help you. I mean, it's going to help you, but 762 home runs is just, he may have had, 700, which is still great. That's still Hall of Fame numbers. And it's not going to affect his 298 batting average either. Or his 2,935 hits. So that's just something that I think personally that don't affect his average. They can't affect home runs, but very much as good of a player as he was, he still would have hit 700 plus home runs, I think.
Yeah, and some of the stuff I got written down. Well, my opinion is I think it should not be a factor at all. Yeah. I mean, you got, for example, I wrote Mark McGwire, Barry Bonds, A-Rod, et cetera, are all guys who made the game exciting. For a time, baseball was irrelevant.
Now, I think exactly. They hyped up the sport. I think if they use it, I think if they go crazy on them, there's something that, you need to put it in check. But if they're like Barry Bonds, I mean, you can tell he got bigger, but he's just had such a good swing and such a natural swing. It wouldn't have mattered anyway.
Yeah,
and like I said, to an extent, I think they should be factored to an extent. But for these guys that you just mentioned, McGwire, A-Rod, and Barry Bonds, they should not be factored. All those guys should be in the Hall of Fame without a doubt.
Yeah, these were all guys with home run numbers that shattered records. A-Rod, 696 career home runs, 2,086 RBIs. Bonds, 762 home runs, and then 1,996 ribbies. And you got Mark McGwire, 583 all-time home runs, and then 1,414 RBIs all over their career. And, I just think that there should be an exception for those guys under the circumstances of the baseball era at that time.
Right.
And, for them to give the game more of a little hype.
Right.
So
I think it's really all we can say about that when you move on to the NFL.
Yeah. Is it time for a commissioner clean-out with Roger Goodell in the NFL?
Okay, so I'm just going to say this. I didn't research this topic much, but you can say some stuff about it. So Roger Goodell is a commissioner. He's been in the league for a long time. And the fans don't like him. Personally, they just don't. They don't like him. I think you should do what the NFL should do with the fans will, the organization. But, I think Roger Goodell's here to stay for a couple more years, honestly. What do you think?
Well, this is a big, big topic for me. And, before I get started on this all will lead back for me to the kneeling of the flag, sitting down for the flag.
Yeah.
But here's what I got, and this is quote-unquote, NFL's Roger Goodell says that players kneeling for our national anthem are not trying to be disrespectful to the flag.
And I totally disagree with that, because that is total disrespect for our country and the people who serve in the military.
That is a disgrace. I think that if you're a commissioner and you're allowing that, you need to be stripped of your title immediately. And I said, you have people saying, oh, man, well, our favorite football players are losing their jobs over this silly little flag incident. Goodell needs to step up, back them up and all this crap. Hello, that flag is paid for by the armies and militaries sacrifice and blood and stuff like that. The NFL players, they made a couple millions and they're getting kicked off. The military is making a fraction of that cost and laying down way more on the line than a concussion protocol.
Right, exactly.
That is the most unethical crap
in
America right now.
Oh yeah, by far.
I mean,
and you don't see that in baseball either, at all.
Yeah, I mean, Colin Kaepernick, he's sacrificing his starting job and his NFL career. Oh yeah, well, a random guy or a random woman is sacrificing her life to make sure you have the job.
And I'm just going to say one thing, too, is, okay, I totally agree if you're standing up for what you believe, right? because as Christians, we believe that we should stand up for what we believe. But now there's a difference in a good cause and a bad cause, and this is not a good cause. This is hurting our country, and this is disrespecting our flag. That there's a different story, and it's just I don't think it should be allowed, and it's inappropriate.
Yeah, I mean, it's just ridiculous. I think Goodell should be stripped of his title, and you got to think of all the NFL views are all going down, and Goodell is just sitting there.
Exactly.
He's making his millions. He don't care.
Yep.
And it's not helping him out with this roughing the passer call he's allowing, and this crap. And the back to the flag thing. You know how it all started with police brutality. Now it's changing into a whole other military thing. Police brutality and military fighting, I guess, category is so different on so many levels. And I think it is crap, and it's ridiculous. I'm done with this crap. It is crap.
Ridiculous. And it's just not something. And I rarely watch the NFL unless the Cowboys are playing. And the Cowboys, Jerry Jones has already said somebody kneels for the flag. He's not playing on the team.
Yeah.
And that's something that Goodell should do. If they kneel for the flag, if they kneel for the anthem, they're not playing the NFL. I think that's something that should be done.
If you're trying to get your message out, and this is the last thing I'm going to say on it, and we can move on to our 2-minute topic. I'm going to say that this is not getting your message out. You're just infuriating people and making them turn away from your cause. More people turned away from your cause, then more people are hopping on the bus with you.
Yep. Right.
But that's all I got to say about that. I'm just...
Yeah. I just think it should... I think you can... It's kind of ridiculous. So the 2-minute topic for the day is Ezekiel Elliott's health. He last week was going and run the ball, and he tried to hurdle a man on the Lions, and he landed awkwardly and hurt his knee/ankle. He should play week 5. So how do you think, Tyler, Ezekiel Elliott? I know you haven't done much research, but how do you think Ezekiel Elliott affects the Cowboys?
Yeah, I haven't done much research on this, but I mean, from what I've been hearing from social media, I think that he's had problems with his knee in the past,
right?
At Ohio State, and I think he's going to be okay. I think he'll return for a little bit this season. I think he'll be all right. I think
he's supposed to return. He's expected to return this week.
Yeah.
I think he'll get minimal snaps, honestly, just so they'll protect him. They're playing the Texans, so that could be that's not a conference game. So let me just read you something from CBS Sports. Owner and general manager Jerry Jones says Tuesday that Elliott knee and ankle is banged up, but not to the extent he won't be able to play Sunday in Houston. Elliott emerged from Week 4 win against the Lions with knee bursitis and a sore ankle, the result of a heavy workload. He had 25 carries and 4 catches, total of 240 yards. Do you think this workload has an effect on his health?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, and I think it's vital though. If you don't get a workload, the Cowboys ain't gonna win. So that's kind of a 2-minute rundown of that. You got anything else for today, Tyler? As far as any other topics you want to talk about?
No, I don't have anything.
And as I'm actually sitting here doing this podcast, I'm watching the NLDS, and the Dodgers are winning 5-0 against the Braves. What do you think? This is going to be in our next segment. What do you think about the Dodgers? What do you think of their playoff chances? What do you think the distance they will go?
Yeah, right now they're dominating the Braves. I think they'll go very, very far. Unfortunately, as a Giants fan, I think they'll go very far.
I think they have a good chance too with their pitching. Ryu had a shutout tonight through 7. So that's really it, guys. Thanks for tuning in to this podcast, and we'll catch you in the next one.